Well, let me correct JK because he thinks he's got me. He got me Genesis 6:6. JK, pretend you're listening. I'm turning the tables on Bob because you're not listening. So I know JK, when you kiss the black stone, it does brain damage. Now, Bob doesn't do that. He's a monotheist. Bob is on a higher level. I'm turning the argument against him because his argument was, how can Jesus be God and man when he knows and doesn't know? So now I turned the argument against him. Only someone stupid would then try to return the favor when I'm returning the favor back to you. But it's okay. That's what happens.
Let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit. I believe we've been pretty generous and pretty open. Let's talk about Tawhid a little bit. So, Jay, if you have a question ready for Tawhid or something you want the Muslims to answer, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start that off with us. Okay?
Sure.
All right. So, Bob, come on up, man.
Yo,
I need you on the camera, man. Light us up with your face, man. I need you on camera.
Bob, I already showed my face already.
You gotta stay.
I'm in the dark.
You're in the dark?
Yeah, I'm in the dark, bro.
Bob is not a liar. If he's in the dark, he's in the dark. No worries. All right, so Jay, do you have a question concerning Tawhid, man? Something that you would like the Muslims to make clear to us?
Oh, is this a Muslim?
Yeah, he's a Muslim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they know me quite well. And
oh, okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Avery.
You're welcome.
I was thinking about a different approach last few days because this seems to pop up a lot where everybody just sort of assumes that we know what it means to be, quote, monotheist. How do you know what monotheism is?
Is that a question to me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, yeah, because you didn't call my name. So, yeah. Monotheist, how do we know? Is God told us that in the Quran that he's one and there's no one beside him. And by knowing, of course, also other scriptures also mention about the oneness of God. So for us, monotheism is about the oneness of God. Okay.
Now, aren't there other things that he says about himself, though? Like other attributes, other names?
Allah's got these nine names mentioned in the Quran. The ones we know. So he may have other names we don't know, but the ones we know is in the Quran, 99 names.
Okay, so 99. I mean, that's more than one, right?
That's more than one. That's right.
How does that 99 relate to the one?
First of all, the oneness of God and the 99 names, does not mean Allah is a multiple names or multiple parts, whatever. He's got different names, but that doesn't separate him from his oneness. Okay, it's like you having multiple names, but you are one alone. That's it.
Whoa! Wait a minute though. Because I'm a creature though, right?
Yes, you are.
I have parts.
You have got parts, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, do those names and those attributes, does that characterize me as a creature made up of composite parts?
I don't understand your question. Sorry, can you paraphrase it, please?
The names and the attributes that you're talking about in terms of me,
yeah.
Do they constitute creaturely composite parts?
Well, your body parts are part of you, so they can be separated from you.
Oh, okay. Now, but in terms of Allah and his attributes, you said they're not separate, right?
Well, Allah's attributes are part of him, basically.
Oh, wait a minute. Now he has parts. So Allah has parts.
Well, yeah, that's parts. That's part of his nature. It's not like parts like.
Oh, I thought you said he's one.
It's not like that. Well, of course, Allah is one, no doubt about it.
Okay, so something that's one in terms of what you're talking about with divine simplicity or unity, doesn't have parts. Something that has parts is composite.
I mean, look.
Is Allah composed of parts? Do you believe he's composed of parts?
Allah has got parts, yeah, but his part doesn't separate from him.
Oh, so but I thought he was one.
Of course, he's one. One means like he's one alone. Even though he's got a feet, he's got a shin. Yeah, these things don't separate from him. Okay, it stays one like that. It's not like me and you.
Is it any? Are these parts eternal?
I think you can allow me to finish, but yeah, they are eternal. Yeah.
Okay. So there's 99 plus parts with the shins and everything else?
I don't know where you're going to, bro, because I
Oh,
can
yeah,
hear
you
you
do.
saying
Well, I mean,
things.
because I'm just pointing out that, I mean, you said that he's one. That's where we begin. That's what monotheism is. But now we're actually finding out that he's composed, your terms, of 99 plus parts. So I'm trying to, that are eternal. So I'm just trying to figure out how it's not polytheism here.
No, it's not. It's not polytheism, bro. You know, because Allah's nature, for instance, yeah, Allah is all knowing, is all merciful. That's part of His nature, but it doesn't mean that's a separated thing from Him. It doesn't mean that.
But he's
That's
composed.
not even. Yes, He is.
So
Yeah.
something that's a part is not identical to the one, right?
Look, the body parts of Allah and His nature, yeah, the nature that's like within Him. The body parts are the body parts. They don't separate from Him. So Allah being one, it's part of Him alone, God alone, and His body parts do not separate from Him. And Him has the authority of everything alone. Basically, this is what makes Allah to be one and unique, one alone. If you're gonna come and bring in these Allah having different names, I can do the same thing to you as well, and it's not going to work.
That's a too quick way. We're asking you about your position. I'll address my position in a minute, but the point is just simply that on the original definition of Tawhid was that he's alone, one, and now it turns out, well, he's actually composed of a bunch of parts. But if something is composed of parts, to me that suggests that it's a created thing. How can Allah be one and simple if he's composed of parts?
Because his parts don't come out from him. It stays
They
with
what?
him.
They what?
His body parts don't come away from him. It stays with him forever.
It doesn't matter whether, I'm not saying they come away from him. The point is that you've already admitted that there's 99 plus eternal composite entities. How is that not polytheism?
No, it's not polytheism.
How is it not?
Because the names of Allah, yeah, are His names. Okay, they're attributes.
But you just restated your position. How does that answer the objection?
Okay.
It's not polytheism, yeah,
because it's not.
The names of Allah, yeah, are His names. That's how it's not polytheism.
So that's a circle.
No,
Yeah,
I said not only His name, but they're also part of Him within His nature. For instance,
so
Allah
restating your position, right? That's restating the position again. But I'm asking you how it's not polytheism.
Because polytheism is when you have when you have different gods and stuff like that. And
okay,
Allah
so you
is
got
alone
99 plus,
in that.
exactly, right? 99 plus eternal entities, exactly.
No, come on, that doesn't mean like there's different gods. You know that yourself.
How is your
bro.
position not polytheism? Just telling me it's not doesn't answer the objection.
It's not polytheism means having different gods. That is what it means. And with Allah, clearly stated in the Quran many times that He is one alone.
That's just telling me
that
all that tells me is the position is inconsistent. That doesn't tell me how it's not polytheism. You're saying, well, there's these verses over here that talk about Him being one. Yeah, but you got all these other arguments that you just admitted that it's eternal composed parts. And I'm saying that's polytheism. So you telling me that there's another verse over here that says that it's unity doesn't answer the contradiction. I know you believe on the one hand that you've got a purely one deity, but I'm saying that these two things are in tension. So how do you reconcile that is my question. How is it not polytheism in terms of what you say about the 99 plus parts?
Well, look, in our understanding, in Islamic understanding, is that polytheism is, I'm going to repeat again because you keep asking me the same question. All right, polytheism is when when people believe in multiple gods, and with Islam, even in the Bible, there's only one God alone. Okay, now if you're gonna go and say Allah's body parts, that means that's polytheism, or Allah having different names. That's nowhere.
You told me eternal. You said they're eternal entities that are not identical to Allah. So how is that not 99 eternal entities or gods? How's it different?
Okay, you explain to me why you think that's polytheism. Explain it to me, because I've given you answers. Go on.
But you're not answering. You're just stating the position that you
No.
believe in God.
Yes.
No. So do you understand the argument is that you have a contradiction? It's not do you at times say that God is one? I know you believe that, you say that. But you also turn around and say, but he's also got these multiple eternal composed parts. That's the contradiction.
Right. But those parts are part of him.
I know. So again, you're just restating the position.
Yeah.
That doesn't
because
answer the objection. That's just restating the position.
Because that's the position we have to be able to determine.
So a contradiction, exactly. Yeah, it's a contradictory
You
position.
tell
That's
me.
my point.
Okay, now Jay, you tell me why you think that's polytheism.
Because it's multiple eternal parts or entities that are not identical to the one thing. So you got an eternal multiplicity.
Can you give more details, please, why you think it's polytheism, please?
You've got multiple eternal multiplicity in God and Allah. And it's contradictory to the original claim that it's a pure oneness. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
So basically, Allah having parts, that means that's polytheism.
I mean, just the idea that you think that God has parts itself is absurd, because parts entail composition, which is what the material created world is like. God doesn't have parts, by the way. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
But you're trying to be consistent with a position that is fundamentally not consistent, is the point.
Okay, as a Christian, your God also has got a hand, right? Because he says Jesus will be the right hand of the Father.
God doesn't have a right hand. That's a metaphor for his power.
Is it a metaphor? How do you know it's a metaphor?
Because I have a consistent exegesis of the text as a whole. I don't confess to you that God has multiple eternal parts.
Okay, Jesus as a human being, you believe he's fully God, fully human. He's got hands and feet, and is that polytheism for you guys?
No, that's his human nature. That's not talking about the divine nature, which is simple.
That's his human nature. So, as a human nature, is it part of his Godhead as a God eternally or not?
No, his human nature is not part of his Godhead by definition. A created thing cannot be uncreated.
So, can God be all-knowing at the same time, not all-knowing, or God be all human being at the same time, 100% God and 100% human? Is that possible?
Yeah, sure.
Why? How? Can you, Jay, can you be all-knowing at the same time, not all-knowing?
Yeah, but Christ is not a human person. This is called Nestorianism. He's a divine person with a human nature. So he possesses both of those things at once. Your argument is premised on somehow there being an impossible contradiction between these two things. We don't think there is a contradiction between. It's a both and, not an either or.
Look, Jay, even if God tried to be not all-knowing, it's impossible to God. Because for you, even you as a human being,
you ignored what I said. So do you think that we think Jesus changed into a created human being, that he's not divine? It's a both and, not an either or. He didn't become man in the sense of losing divinity or his divine attributes. He has both at the same time, not an either or.
This is what I'm telling you. It's impossible to have both, because even if God tried to be not all-knowing, it's impossible for him. It's like you as a human being, Jay, you are saying not mentally, you are mentally stable. Let me finish.
Again,
sorry, bro.
Only if you thought that he's a human subject would you think that. He's not a human subject. He's a divine subject with a human nature. So the mind that he has that's proper to his human nature is limited. It is finite. The mind that he has proper to his divinity is infinite and not limited. It's a both and. Why can't God do that? How do you know God can't do that?
Okay, I mean, if you allow me to.
By the way, you believe in a God who has parts, by the way, so your position is even more silly than this.
Yeah, but our position is that God, despite having parts, they still remain the same. It doesn't come off him, and God stays exactly the same in terms of his knowledge. He is constantly all-knowing, all-powerful.
Now, wait a minute. Well, you're Salafi, though, so that's not even true. Not that the Salafi is.
How do you know? How do you know I'm a Salafi? I've never told you.
Well, you're talking about body parts.
Well, obviously, in the Quran.
Do you agree with Ibn Taymiyyah? Do you agree with Ibn Taymiyyah?
Now, how do I know Allah's got part? Just because the Quran says that.
Do you agree with Ibn Taymiyyah on this position?
What? I don't know what he says about it. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, he argues for all the stuff you're arguing. I'm just curious because he believes that God also is limited in time and that he has like temporal knowledge. So I'm curious if you thought that too, because it seems like it would go along with the other stuff that you're saying. But maybe you don't. I don't know.
No, I don't know about that. If he says God is limited in time, that's something I would disagree. But look, I don't have to agree with him because scholars make mistakes. They say whatever. To me,
Well, that's why I'm just
God,
asking you your position. Yeah, I'm asking you.
my
what you believe.
my position is God is all knowing at all times. At all times.
By the way,
Whether it's in the past, whether it's now or in the future.
okay, now Bob, after Jay's done with you, I'm going to show you that's not true. The Quran says Allah doesn't know everything, but I'll get there.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
well, let Jay finish with you. But Claire, why he's asking if you sell him for a fee is because Asharis, Maturidis, like Hamza Yusuf, do not say Allah has body parts, and they say
Right.
hand metaphor for power. So do you believe Allah has an actual hand? So answer him now, Jay. When you're done, I'll show him that Allah doesn't know everything. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you something, Jay, but I think,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm going to finish this, and then you can come back to me. I don't have a problem you asking me questions because I also
Okay, it's fine.
ask you questions.
Go ahead. You're not going to get anywhere with the polytheism point, so go ahead.
That's fine. I'm still going to ask you questions now.
Okay. Yeah.
As a human being, or God, yeah. Do you think, you as a human being, like
Yeah,
if you're saying, which you are saying, right, you're mentally stable, right? Okay, and I'm asking you this question.
Some people don't think so, but I'll say yes.
Well, you look mentally stable to me, all right? Now, can you forget your own name?
Theoretically, I could. Yeah.
What? You can forget your own name even though you're mentally stable?
He said, "What?"
No. You mean no? Being mentally stable? No, I would not. Does not seem like I would forget my name.
Okay. Do you believe God is always mentally stable, always right in the head?
Well, it wouldn't. It's a creaturely category, so it wouldn't be applicable one-to-one to God. So it's impossible for God to have mental instability.
Okay, there you go. Then that means God. Yeah, it's impossible for God to be to be not knowing in some stages. God has to be knowing at all times because God is above you as a human being. You as a human being is admitting to me that it's impossible for you not to know your name, even though you're sane. So God, who's all powerful or all knowing, yeah, he is more powerful than you. Therefore, it's impossible for him to lose knowledge. He has
Cook
to know at all
BobLogic.
times.
BobLogic cooking. BobLogic. That's right.
Yeah, but so
Hey, Jay.
you're missing the point
Hey,
of
Jay,
what we.
I
Yeah,
want-
you're
I want
you're going
you- I
towards the
want you-
incarnation with this, right? You're going to say that
I
it's
wanna-
not.
I want to debate you one day because I'm always want to face I want to face Christian debaters. Sam Samoon, by the way, ran away from me. And God,
Oh yeah, I ran
wanna
like
take you
Aisha
on.
ran with her doll. So you're lying now. I was
You know, I
finding
mean,
out
you just fumbled. You totally collapsed on the attributes and the oneness. Like you didn't even get. I mean, come on, dude.
Now, Bob, I was running to look for Aisha's doll. So when you lie, I'm going to have to put you in your place. But now, Bob, your God doesn't know everything. So you're either ignorant or you lie.
I disagree with you.
Okay,
Go on,
can I
then,
show you
prove it
from
to
the
me.
Quran? Well, I don't care. You
Yes,
can
go on.
show you from the Quran.
Oh,
Yes, go on, prove it to me.
Okay. Now, so here you go. So because you brought me into the picture and you lied about me, I'm now going to have to put you in a place. We're going to see. And I want to make you look for Aisha's dolls. So now scroll down. You're going to go to the verses, and I'm going to show you some stuff. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Right. Hold on. I can't see because my eyes are blind. All right. There. Okay. Chapter 2, verse 186. If you enlarges it, the word lalahum. Lalahum. This is your God speaking, right? The Quran is a speech of Allah.
What verse? Chapter 2.
Well, I'm
180.
asking you the question. You're manifesting it, Bob. You were behaving yourself. What happened? I thought I'm the one who's
No.
running. Do
I
you believe
need
the
to
Quran is
know
a-
which
that's Allah
chapter.
speaking?
What
Surah
chapter is it?
Al-Baqarah,
Sorry.
the chapter named after you, the cow, 186. So I'm going to ask you, Bob.
You can
The
insult
Quran is
all
the
you
word of
like,
Allah.
Sam. That's not going to
You
save
can't
you.
even answer a question. Is the Quran the word of your God, right? This is Allah speaking?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me read it for you. When my servants question thee concerning me, I am near to answer the call of the caller when he calls to me. So let them respond to me and let them believe in me. Perhaps they will go all right. La lahum. Perhaps. This is your God speaking. Perhaps, maybe they'll go all right. Now let me just read the verses before you start. Take it easy. chapter 6, verse 51, and warn therewith those who fear, they shall be mustered to their Lord. They have, apart from Allah, no protector, no intercessor. Perhaps, lalahum, however you want to pronounce it, Bob, I can barely speak English, they will fear. So your God is saying, perhaps, maybe. And then 665, I haven't even finished it yet.
No, I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking.
Oh, okay, someone was. I heard someone.
He was playing, I think he's on Quran.com. He was playing the
okay.
word.
Sorry, okay, go ahead. So anyway, 651, and warn therewith those who fear, they shall be mustered to their Lord. They have, apart from Allah, no protector, no intercessor. Perhaps they will fear. Now, there are many verses, Allah saying this. But if you scroll down, let's see what the lexical meaning for Lam, Ain, Mim are. So if you want to scroll down. Okay. Right there, the lexicon. Lam, Ain, Lam. Sorry, I said Mim. My apologies. Lam, Ain, Lam. Perhaps, maybe that. It is hoped to be happy. It is used to denote either a state of hope or fear, whether that state pertains to the speaker or to the addressee or to someone else's expectation. So don't tap dance around the Arabic, please, Bob. How come your God says perhaps, maybe, because he's hoping this will happen? I thought he knows everything.
Okay, are you finished?
Well, please address the point, Bob. Please don't tap dance.
Okay, now, when Allah speaks in the Quran, Allah sometimes he speaks in a metaphoric term, okay? And you know this Psalm yourself. You know this because this is in the Bible itself, okay?
Forget about my Bible.
It's no Psalm. It's my turn. It's my turn to speak.
Yeah, but
just speak. No, I'm answering now. Please don't interrupt me.
Yeah,
right?
Please be direct to the point if you can.
Open up the article.
You're not speaking to a layman Muslim. You're speaking to someone who knows his religion.
Sure not.
All right.
No, be careful, Bob.
This is BobLogic we're talking to, Sam.
By the way, scroll down to 4827 because I'm gonna let him bury his own grave. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So when Allah speaks, He speaks in a metaphorical term sometimes. Okay, but it doesn't mean that it is literal because this is itself in the Christian Bible.
How do you know?
How do I know?
My Christian Bible's corrupt.
Why are you appealing to the Bible? How do you know?
Yeah. How do you know this is metaphorical?
Because when Allah says perhaps, He's actually using that in a metaphorical term.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Because Allah speaks in that way sometimes. He speaks in that way.
Why? That's the point.
Another circle.
Why?
Why? Because Allah can speak anyhow He wants.
So you can speak like an ignoramus who has to hope for things and he's not speaking?
No, of course not. Okay. Now there's verses in the Quran where Allah says constantly He is all knowing. This is how I come to know. This is a metaphorical term.
Well, it's a contradiction.
It's not. It's not a contradiction, Sam. It's not a contradiction.
Okay, how about this verse, Bob? You tried your best. How about this one? Now a Muslim will say, Bob, just be patient, brother. I'm giving you Quran. You're getting.
No, I'm not speaking.
Okay, because I hear background noise. I don't know if someone's playing.
Sorry.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not me.
Now,
sorry.
You, Bob, being a Muslim, because you're not an ordinary Muslim. You just told everyone you're a special Muslim. You're on a higher level, and I thank you for being humble enough to deal with bald ignorance like me. But you know that Muslims will say Inshallah if Allah wills, because they don't know the future, right?
That's right. Yeah.
You can laugh. I'm just saying. You know, when you say something, you say Inshallah because if Allah, because you may plan something and it doesn't happen, so you have to say Inshallah, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So why does Allah say Inshallah? Doesn't He know what's going to happen?
Show me the verse. I need to see the verse.
48:27, right there.
Right here on the screen, brother.
Let me read it because context is important.
Okay, as you read it, I'm going to read it out loud for everyone.
Want me to read it for your voice?
Go ahead. You read in your Quran. Avery's going to read in here, man. 48:27.
Indeed.
Okay, go on, Avery. Read it.
I got you, BobLogic. Thank you. Indeed, Allah shall fulfill the true vision which He showed to His messenger. In very truth, certainly you shall enter al-Masjid al-Haram, inshallah.
That's
if
Allah
wills.
But wait, Avery, that's Allah speaking. He goes, you'll enter Masjid al-Haram, inshallah, if Allah wills. So Allah's saying, you'll enter if Allah wills. So doesn't Allah know His own will?
He doesn't know.
No, this is okay.
It's metaphorical, yeah.
Can I respond to this, please?
Yeah. Go ahead. Cook them, BobLogic.
Cook me, baby. Cook me without oil.
You guys are making me laugh, bro.
You know how it goes here, man. Hey, go get your apron, Bob. Go get that apron, man. Go to
Okay, show the verse on the screen, Avery, so people can see the verse. Sinks in. What's wrong with you, man? I know you're in love, man, but it's not.
But we've already seen it.
No, but people want to keep
holding it up here the whole time.
I want people to see it. Look, guys, this is Allah speaking. Allah says, "If Allah wills, inshallah." So Allah saying, "If Allah wills." But go ahead.
So basically, what this verse is saying here is that the Prophet ﷺ, will enter Mecca if Allah wills.
Yeah.
So this is basically saying if Allah wills, He will do it, which is the case. As we can see later.
Does Allah not know His will?
Come on, Sam. Allow me to speak, Sam.
I don't think they understand what arguments are. I think
Come on, Sam.
People don't understand what an argument is and how to.
Come on, Sam. I allowed you to speak.
Okay, but Bob, let me restate the question. Okay, let me say. Does Allah know whether Muhammad's going to enter the masjid or not?
Yes, He knows that. Yeah.
So why does He say if Allah wills? Doesn't He know what He's willed?
No, of course, He knows what He wills. Yeah, it's basically
So why does He say if Allah wills?
He's speaking to the Muslims here, who don't know. Remember that the Muslims who don't know.
Yeah, but Allah knows.
So, but he's speaking to the Muslims who don't know. So by communicating with them, He's speaking to them in a human way, okay, for them to understand. This is why Allah mentions it this way, okay, because it's not like Allah is speaking to Himself. He's speaking to human beings who don't know. So by mentioning that, He's speaking to us, telling us if Allah wills, for us to know that it is up to Him to allow it or not. And of course, that was happened later on. The Muslims later on realized that Allah willed it. So He's speaking to us. Remember that.
That's fine. But why does Allah have to say, Bob, take it easy. Why does Allah have to say, you will enter Masjid al-Haram if Allah wills? But excuse me, Allah, did you will for us to enter? Oh, if Allah wills. No, but that's not the answer. Is it your will for us to enter? Inshallah.
Sam, did you understood my explanation?
Yeah, and half the world understood that you had no answer. So only the Muslims understood it. Huh?
Did you understood it, Sam?
Yeah. You're saying Allah speaking as a man. So notice what you did. When Jay asked you, you likened Allah to a human with body parts, and now you're likening Allah to a human who has to say, if God wills. Now expect the human to say that because he doesn't know. But when Allah is telling you, you will enter Masjid al-Haram, and he stops, inshallah. Surprise, David, if Allah wills. Okay.
And also, Sam, just to explain that as well, the verse has been revealed, and also the verse has been revealed to the Muslims. We are reading it. Remember that. So when we read it, we are saying inshallah. So not only Allah is. Let me finish, bro. Not only Allah is.
Not you. This is the words of Allah, not you.
But who's reading it? Who's reading it? Who's reading the Quran? Is it Allah or the human beings?
If you guys want to continue with Bob,
Okay, can I give him a few more examples before he leaves?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
remember, I'm going to from him because he's going to open up the other article. Just
all right. Bob, there's another article.
Oh, man, why are you upset? Take it easy. Breathe, brother. Breathe.
No, it's okay. I'm all right. I'm fine.
I love you, Bob. I don't care what Avery says about you. Open up the article, Avery. I sent it to you in private. Okay. Now scroll down. Go. In fact, you can do Command F. Do 3:14. It'll take you right there. 3:14. It'll take you right there. Did you do 3:14? 14, my brother. 3:14. Okay. Enlarge it because I can't read. Now, Bob, this is Allah speaking again. Now, read. Okay. Now, Avery, you want to read that first part? Now, Bob, let me just read it first before you get angry and say that I'm running. No, man, I've been doing so much running, I should have a six-pack. So why do I still have love handles? Go ahead.
All right. So, if a wound has afflicted you, a wound like it has also afflicted the people.
That's why, by the way, let me correct JK because he thinks he's got me. He got me Genesis 6:6. JK, pretend you're listening. I'm turning the tables on Bob because you're not listening. So I know JK, when you kiss the black stone, it does brain damage. Now, Bob doesn't do that. He's a monotheist. Bob is on a higher level. I'm turning the argument against him because his argument was, how can Jesus be God and man when he knows and doesn't know? So now I turned the argument against him. Only someone stupid would then try to return the favor when I'm returning the favor back to you. But it's okay. That's what happens. Go ahead, read for him.
Yeah, I got you, man. And we bring these days to men by turns, and that Allah may know those who believe, and take witnesses from among you. And Allah does not love the unjust, and that he may purge those who believe and deprive the unbelievers of blessings. Do you think that you will enter the garden while Allah has not yet known those?
Allah has not yet known?
Allah has not yet known.
Okay,
Those
now, Bob,
who strive
there's
hard.
many more verses like this. But this one
Let
right
me-
here, 144. How come Allah doesn't know yet? And he has to test you in order for you to pass the test with faithful, and then Allah will know because he doesn't know yet.
Let me read it in the Quran.com.
Read
Because
what
you
you
guys,
want, right?
because you guys can be deceptive. You know what I mean?
No, we don't follow Allah. Khairul Makin. But go ahead.
Okay,
Ooh, man.
just give me a second, please.
One
What,
more
a,
time.
what a live. Hey, everybody, as he's looking for that, let's go ahead and hit that like button. Let's go ahead and play the background music as he searches
Did
the
you
verse.
say Surah 3,
Chapter
140?
3,
Chapter 3, verse 140.
142.
Yeah, chapter 3, verse 140. We're gonna just go ahead and play the intermission music as he gets that.
By the way, you notice I changed my shirt. It's Garfield.
Oh, you did change your shirt. Why?
Because I'm thinking of lasagna.
Allah gave him faith, man. That's why BobLogic is undefeated. He's cooking Jay. He's
Right.
because Allah gave him faith, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, these texts might be one of the reasons why some of the people like Jake believe that Allah has to like update his knowledge on a daily basis.
Precisely.
So
you got
guys,
the
I'm trying to
answer,
read,
Jay.
but you guys, I'm trying to read, but you guys are making noises. That's like.
Oh, we was waiting for you, man. Go ahead and read.
Yeah. If I
Now,
can't
Jay,
read,
you've got all
the
these
voices-
articles now, so you can use them when you're going TikTok. Did you get there? Because Hajj is coming up. You need to make pilgrimage.
Yeah, should I continue the song?
Kiss the black stone so that they can remove your sins.
No,
Come on,
the
Bob.
The Hajj just went just recently.
Oh, okay, can you
Sam.
make
What are you
one then?
talking about?
Lesser pilgrimage?
You see now, you got it wrong. The Hajj just went 2-3 months
Okay,
ago.
can
What
we
are you
read the
talking
verse
about?
before
Yeah,
the
come on,
election?
Bob. Before the Mahdi comes, man.
Okay,
before
let
the
me
November
read
election?
it. Sam, come on, stop being childish. Just deal
Because
with
I'm
the
waiting, Bob.
debate.
Bob, I'm losing more hair from my nose every second you take.
I've just told you I'm trying to read, but because of your noises,
Okay, go
that's
ahead,
interrupting me. Yeah, sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
fine, go
I'm
ahead.
not being rude. If you have suffered injuries, they suffered similar. We alternate these days and among people so that Allah may reveal the true
It doesn't
believers.
say may reveal. But anyway, that's okay. Keep going.
Well, that's what it says here. Reveal.
Yeah, that's your butchering of the Arabic, because I'm going to even give you the Muslim scholars that I quote in that article say that's not what it means. But go ahead, Bob. You're trying.
Okay. Well, let me continue reading because the viewers want to hear as well. Okay.
By the way, did you
Allah-
catch, Avery, how they butchered 3140? They said
Yeah,
may
but-
reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It says that Allah may know. And by the way, I knew the Muslims played this game. At the end, I quote the Muslim scholars where they admit there were Muslim scholars who use these verses to show that Allah does not know the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already a couple of steps ahead of
Yeah,
you.
that's what I was referring to. That the Ibn Taymiyyah thinks that God has to update his knowledge kind of on a daily basis.
Mm.
Okay, let me continue. Allah may reveal the believers, choose martyrs from among you, and Allah does not like the wrongdoers, and distinguish the believers and destroy the disbelievers. Do you think you will enter paradise without Allah providing which of you
Without Allah what?
which of you
Wow,
struggled
what, you Muslims are so wicked. You even pervert your own Quran.
and
That's what,
patiently endured? So as you can see, Sam here,
no, it doesn't
why didn't
say
you go
provide.
why didn't you go to Quran.com? You went to somewhere else.
Doesn't say
means-
provide, Bob. Open up my article because I'm going to embarrass you for basing it on
Okay.
English. When the Arabic says no, it doesn't say provide, rizq, or it doesn't say reveal, which would be wahi. That's not in the... Bob, I'm already a couple of steps ahead of you because I knew you Muslims would play this game. Scroll down. Now we're going to read what the Muslim said. Now, he's blaming me because I don't go to Quran.com reading a Muslim butchering the Arabic to hide the fact that Allah has to do stuff to learn and acquire knowledge. Here you go, right here. Muhammad Ayub. He quotes Al-Razi on 3:140 because he admits there were Muslims who used this verse to show that Allah grows in his knowledge, and he tried to explain it away.
Yep, I'll read it. Razi is interested in the theological problems raised by the phrase "in order that God may know."
Okay, now before you go on, Avery, this is Mahmoud M. Ayub on his volume on Muslim Exegesis of chapter 3. Did he say Allah may provide or Allah may reveal?
Nope. He said Allah may know.
Now, before he reads on, can you now apologize, Bob, for trying to mislead us by a Quran translation that perverts your own Quran?
I'm not going to apologize because the translation here, the translation here doesn't say what you're showing here.
Okay, well, let him read on the next phrase. Read the next phrase. What Al-Razi says.
He argues that the literal sense of God's saying, "in order that God may know," would suggest that God alternated the days in order to acquire knowledge.
Damn! That's the literal sense of the word?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've established it means that you may know. So, Bob, let's stop the nonsense. Now, can you answer the question? You're attacking the deity of Christ because as a man, he didn't know, and you said it's a contradiction. But your God is not a man, even though he has body parts like a man, and he doesn't know, and he has to grow in his knowledge. So how can God be God according to your criterion? Allah be God.
Okay. Now, this guy called Razi, I've heard of him, but I don't know much about him.
I don't know him. I don't know Razi. Tell him.
So, that's his explanation here. I don't even know whether this is a genuine, whether this is true or not.
Forget his explanation. He says the little Arabic is in order that my God may know. He says that's the little Arabic. And he tries to explain away like you do. So I'm asking you, the literal Arabic says that Allah may know. He does this so he can learn. How is it that Allah can be God according to your criterion when he doesn't know and he acquires knowledge?
So, look, my translation here, there's people who understand Arabic. No, Sam. The people who know Arabic.
I want you to tell people, Sam, I'm running.
Sam, on the translation here, it says otherwise. Okay, but you want to go to another one that's different. He wants to use the Arabic. So which one is it? Are you trying to impose the one
I just showed you? Mahmoud Ayub and
that's it.
And Razi said the literal Arabic is in order that Allah may know. Your translation butchered it because they're embarrassed. Yeah, so if you want to answer that, then that's it. I'm done. I'm going to run from now. I'm running, Bob. You can say I made the bald Sam Shamoon run. Right.
We're gonna let the next guest on, but hey, Bob, thanks for coming in. You was a good sport.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Bob,
Jay,
I swear,
Jay, can I say something before I go? Jay, I would like to debate you. I would like to debate you and Sam one day if it's possible. I know Avery don't want to because I've debated Avery before.
I think we just did today. What do you mean?
No,
I'm scared of you, Bob.
A proper debate.
Bob, I'm scared of you. I'm not going to debate you, man. You're too good looking.
Bob, I don't want no piece of you, man. I don't want no piece of that BobLogic.
Okay, Jay, have you got a channel I can reach you?
Yeah, sure.
Or an email. We can have a discussion.
I don't use email. I don't believe in email. I ain't got no email, but I got a channel. You can follow me over there. No email.
What's your channel's name, please?
It's called nunya.com.
It's called Jake Muslim Metaphysician. Is my channel. You can go look it up.
No, he's a Muslim.
No, look it up, Bob. Go right now. Nunya.com. NONYA.com.
But look, I don't wanna take your time. This is a good conversation, and I appreciate that. Yeah, and I appreciate that we both talk in a civilized way, even though Sam is a bit childish. But Sam, I find you funny. You're quite funny. So
yeah.
I don't hate
funny
you.
looking or funny smelling.
By the way, just to
both
to add on to your point, Sam, even the Quran Study Bible in the notes in 2:143, it notes that this idea that Allah might seem to learn things or know things raises very difficult theological questions.
All right, so before we bring on the disciple,
you have more. Yeah, you have more ammunition now.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and plug the channels. And guys, if you're not subscribed yet, Jay, where can we find you on your YouTube channel, my brother?
It's just Jay Dyer. You can look me up under my name, and also have a website, jaysanalysis.com, and pretty much everywhere on social media you can find me under that name.
Logos is the icon of the Father, and man is the icon of God.